Would you like to read out loud to your child, but you're not sure where to start? Today, I want to share 5 chapter books that are perfect for reading out loud, even to a younger child. So this is something that we started doing in our homeschool. Gosh, it's been about a year now, and my kids really love our homeschool read aloud time. It's one of my favorite parts of homeschooling, and it's one of my kids' favorite parts as well. And so today I wanted to share 5 of our very favorite read aloud books that we've read even though my kids are young and that we're really enjoying in our homeschool. So the first book that we read out loud that my kids really enjoyed was actually the Peter Rabbit stories by Beatrix Potter. And we have a special edition of the stories that's illustrated. So there are pictures, full color pictures on a lot of the pages. And my kids really enjoyed this because the pictures really helped them be able to focus on the story a little bit more. The Peter Rabbit stories are great because they're interesting and they're short. So we were able to read one in just 1 or 2 sittings. There are a few of the Peter Rabbit stories that I did edit just because I thought that they might be a little bit scary for my kids. So we didn't read every one of them, but there were quite a few that were really a lot of fun and that my kids really enjoyed. Because they enjoyed the Peter Rabbit stories so much, I looked for more animal stories for my kids, and we ended up finding and falling in love with the Animal Stories by Thornton Burgess. We got this anthology of animal stories from Amazon. It was not very expensive, and it had, I think, 5 of them in there. Let's see, it has 4 of them. It has Old Mother West Wind, The Adventures of Peter Cottontail, The Adventures of Grandfather Frog, and The Adventures of Buster Bear, all in one anthology. And my kids really, really loved this book. They fell in love with the animal characters, and then the animal characters that they met in the first story were the same animal characters that continued in all of the stories. And so they really enjoyed getting to know the animals over time. I love that the chapters were short, so it was really easy to just pick up and read a chapter at any time that we had a few extra minutes to fill. There were also some illustrations in this book as well, which made that fun for my kids. So the Thornton Burgess Animal Stories are another one that I highly recommend. Third recommendation that we loved was the Winnie the Pooh series by A.A. Milne. These are great because they're so relatable for kids. Any child that has a stuffed animal can relate to Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh. And we also were able to find some of the movies and watch those after we finished the books, which my kids thought was really special. So we have the series. These are super old. I think I got these at a used homeschool curriculum sale for like 20 cents or something. So these are out there for sure, and they're a lot of fun. And I think we read the whole series just because my kids love them so much. So definitely recommend Winnie the Pooh. Those are a great, just a lot of fun series, and one that I really felt comfortable sharing with my kids even when they were young. Recently, we just finished Mr. Popper's Penguins. That is by Richard and Florence Atwater, and that was another favorite that my kids really loved. The penguins have a lot of really fun antics in the story, and my kids really enjoyed hearing what was going to happen to the penguins as the story progressed. This is another one where it's pretty much a classic book, but the story is just very appropriate for younger kids. And then we're currently reading The Wizard of Oz, and my kids are really enjoying this one as well. The chapters are a little bit longer than the animal stories or some of the other books, so I found that we have to split it up and do like half a chapter a day instead of one. But my kids are really enjoying this, and there are a lot of cultural references to The Wizard of Oz that my kids have found in different places as we've been reading this story. And so it's been really fun to see just how excited that they are, that they feel like they finally get the joke. of those inside references to the Wizard of Oz. So those are 5 that I think are a lot of fun for younger kids as a read aloud. They're books that a younger child wouldn't be able to read themselves, but the stories are really fun and appropriate for younger kids, and so they make a perfect read aloud. Please feel free to share your favorite read aloud for younger kids in the comments.